Hello everybody. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio Fitness Evolution with Trainer Ray. I'm here to talk to you guys today about losing weight the right way. Everybody has a conception or a plan of how they want to lose weight. And when they try to lose weight a certain way, it never tends to go the way they plan, because by not going the way they plan, they tend to fail. Now, most people get trapped when it comes to meals and meal plans, and they get on these diet plans. And these diet plans, people continuously do the same thing over and over and over, so they tend to get bored. And when you get bored, you don't reach your goal, the goal of actually losing weight. Now, there are some steps people should take as far as when it comes to losing weight. And the 3 steps is nutrition, cardio, and weight training. Nutrition, cardio, and weight training, those are very important steps. Now, with the weight training, everybody should do a consistent weight or do some weight training at least 2 to 3 times a week in order to get the muscles growing or changing, because every time you lift weights, it helps increase your metabolism, which helps you to burn fat. So lifting weights is a good thing. Some people have this misconception that if you lift weights, you're going to get mass, you're going to be big, you're going to be super strong, and that's not always necessarily true. Now, it depends on what you're trying to do to help you get strong or be big or whatever the case may be. But if you're trying to lose weight, it's all about low weight and a lot of reps. And a lot of times people don't understand low weight and a lot of reps. So low weight and a lot of reps. Say, for instance, if you want to do a bench press or bicep curl or shoulder press or whatever, you're not going to go in there and grab 35s, 40s, 50s, trying to do a lot of reps. So what you do, you grab some weights like 20s, 15s, whatever you're comfortable with, 10s, 5s if you have to. Don't be ashamed of using low weight, 3 if you have to. And you want to do high reps, anywhere between 15 to 25 reps to kind of get your number up high, which helps by you doing all those reps. It helps increase your cardio at the same time and helps increase your metabolism and help you lose weight. So a lot of people think that you have to lift. Don't go in there lifting low numbers like 6 or 8, 10 to 12. You know, if you want to keep your numbers consistent, 15 to 20 to 25 reps, and stay on that. And that would be a very important thing to help you reach your goal. Now, the next process or the next step would be cardio. Cardio is very, very important because cardio helps a lot of people in a lot of ways. You know, cardio helps people by helping increase the heart, making the heart strong, helps increase your endurance, helps help you to reach your goals as far as losing weight. Now, your cardio should be done at least 2 to 3 times a week also. So you kind of vary the difference between weight training and cardio. So one day, say for instance, you do cardio 3 days and do weight training 2 days. And you do your cardio and your weight training, it should be a consistent time of anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. A lot of people will tell you go in the gym and do 30 minutes and that's enough and that's all you need. But a lot of times your body doesn't start burning fat until after 30 minutes, because your heart has to catch up, your oxygen levels. When people get in there doing cardio or lifting weights a long period of time or many reps, their energy level, or better yet, the oxygen level has to catch up, because your heart has to pump the oxygen through the body in order for the body to get the oxygen. So you have to get yourself built up into the point to where at one point you're going to get what you call your second wind, which is all going to be, you're going to have enough oxygen in the body in order for you to have enough energy to keep pushing. Now, your cardio can consist of running, walking, jumping rope, ellipticals, anything of that nature. So don't think that you have to do anything strenuous. Some people can't run. Some people like to run. Some people don't like to run. They rather walk. So that's not a problem. But just remember, if you're going to be out on the concrete, make sure you got comfortable shoes. And if you're doing any kind of weight training or running, you need to be sure if you got good comfortable shoes, running shoes, and they need to be changed out technically every 6 months, because the soles tend to wear down or the weight tends to wear down the shoes to where your soles would feel like you're walking on solid ground. And you want to also, it helps to cushion your knees when you're making those trips running and stuff. So you have to be mindful of those things, of wearing the right equipment or having the right shoes. Now, the next thing is nutrition. In your nutrition, most people don't realize you have to have at least 5 to 6 meals a day. 5 to 6 meals a day. And some people would think, oh, my God, that's a lot of eating. When technically, it's not a lot of eating. Mainly, it's just eating small meals, and you're just eating them more often. And a lot of times I help people to realize the eating is like helping your body. The more you eat, the more your body burns calories. The more your metabolism moves. The more you eat, the more your metabolism increases, which helps you to burn calories. Now, I tell people, I give them an analogy. Like, an analogy would be like a fireplace and wood. Your body is the fireplace, and the wood would be the meals that you're eating. And in that fireplace, you would, in order to keep that fire burning in that fireplace, you have to keep feeding it wood. Your body, in order to keep that fire burning in your body, which is your metabolism, help you burn fat, you would have to keep feeding it food in order to help your body continuously burning fat. So the 5 to 6 meals come in very handy, and you eat them every 2 to 3 hours apart. So, and I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. When you get up and you get a sample, like an example could be like a couple of boiled eggs in the morning, maybe a small pack of oatmeal. Your snack in between, and 2 to 3 hours later, your snack should be something like a apple, orange, some fruit or something. You know, some people rather have certain foods doing it, you know, like yogurt and stuff. So anything that's going to be a small snack. Your lunch can consist of something like anywhere between chicken, beef, pork, poultry, fish, whatever. Small cup of rice, some small cup of vegetables. And a lot of that is a big factor because a lot of people want to eat. They think you got to eat these big, giant meals in order to lose weight. So you eat these meals in small portions. Then you got a snack, then you got dinner, and then that's why they say 5 to 6, because the 6th meal don't have to necessarily be a meal. It could be a protein shake. Something like, don't go and eat carbs or potatoes or rice at that last meal, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do anything after that last meal. You're probably going to end up going to bed, taking a shower, going to sleep. So if you're eating carbs, like which your carbs will consist of rice, pasta, potatoes, and you eat those before you go to bed, and it sits on your body. So by it sitting on your body, you would tend, that's how people tend to gain weight and don't realize by eating those carbs, you gain weight by sitting around not doing anything. And if you're going to eat stuff that late, you need to be doing something. So your 6th meal can consist of something like a protein drink, something, and the reason I say protein shake is because the protein helps to rebuild the muscle. So throughout your day, you're working out, working, doing different things, which could, help you burn. Your body's going to burn some kind of muscle some way, shape, form, or fashion. So if you do that and get you some protein drink inside the system, it'll help rebuild the muscle as you sleep. And it's low carbs in it, so it's not, you're not worried about gaining weight while you sleep. You're worried about the muscle rebuilding while you sleep, which is a good thing. Now, out of those 3 things, some people, I would ask people, what do you think is most important? And out of those 3 things, the most important would be the nutrition, because nutrition is 75 to 85% of the whole plan. I mean the whole plan. When I tell you the whole plan, that's the whole plan, and the rest of it is your weight training and your cardio. But if you can get down and get that nutrition and the dieting down pat, that will take care of majority of everything that you're trying to do, the goals you're trying to reach, and everything. So if you can get that nutrition down, that is the key. Some people think you have to do a whole bunch of everything, but the biggest key, most people's problem, is eating. That's most people's biggest problem is eating. So if you can get your eating down, everything else will fall in place. So just remember, there are key steps. The 3 key steps is your weight training, your cardio, and your nutrition. You get those 3 things, and that will help you reach your goal. Thing is, stay away from the scales, because people get discouraged when they go to looking at a scale, and the scale is telling them that they haven't lost any weight or they've gained weight. But if you're constantly looking at the scale every day, you're not going to see a difference any faster, because in your mind you want it to happen fast, but the scale is like, no, it ain't going down like that. So you have to stay away from that scale. That scale is like a monster. It attacks your soul, attacks your body when you're trying to do something and change your life. So you can't consistently try to change your lifestyle if you're looking at the scale. Stay away from those scales. And, okay, now, also, some people, and I've heard people talk about this, and they said that rest, you don't need any rest when you're working out in order to get your body to change. That right there is a myth. You have to rest. Your body has to rest, because if the body don't rest, the body don't change. So you have to continuously keep doing, you got to rest. You got to get, really, you're supposed to get at least 8 hours of sleep a day. And most people don't get 8 hours of sleep, because most people up late at night, can't sleep, or most people got other things going on in their life that's keeping them up at night. And you need to have at least 8 hours of sleep every night in order for your body to productively produce and reach the goals that you wanted to reach. Staying up all night, watching TV, having conversations, going to parties, going to clubs, and you got to be consistent, because you got to be consistent with it. If you're going to diet or have certain meal plans and do these exercises and workouts, you got to make it consistent. You can't take off during a holiday, say, well, you know, it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, so I'm going to go and eat like I want to, and I just get back on my workout the next week or the next day. No. You have to be consistent. Even with that, you have to have a lot of restraint. And most people don't have restraint. And by not having restraint, that's a problem. Because if you don't have restraint enough to tell yourself that I'm trying to reach a goal, that I can't eat all this extra food, then there's a problem. Because you have to be able to restrain yourself from eating all this extra food, especially during the holidays. That's one of the biggest things. Christmas and Thanksgiving is like, it's a good thing for us to celebrate as far as Thanksgiving and Christmas, but when it comes to meal plans and dieting, you got to have some restraint. You got to be able to restrain yourself to enough to not jump out there and things that you shouldn't eat. So you got to be consistent. Has to be consistent, because most times most people fail is when they go and cut themselves off at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they go and eat these other foods, and it cuts their whole meal plan, or they dieting out, and then after a while they get consumed into eating all these extra foods, the cakes and pies and the hams and turkeys and all this other stuff. So you have to be consistent. Consistency is very, very important. Now, dedication. Me personally, I have a rule for it's a slogan. It says dedication equals transformation. You got to dedicate yourself in order for your body to transform. Just like a person would dedicate himself to do a job in order to perform that job well, the same thing happens with dieting, trying to change your body, have a healthier way of life. And you have to dedicate yourself to do those things. And when you dedicate yourself, it helps the body. Dedication equals transformation. So it helps the body to transform into where you want it to be. And I tell people a lot of times, you know, especially guys that I help with sports or whatever the case may be, dedication equals transformation. You got to dedicate yourself in order to transform. If you're going to be a basketball player, you got to dedicate yourself to learn the moves, learn the dribble, learn the drills in order to be a better player. Dedication equals transformation. You dedicate yourself to reading the Bible. You dedicate yourself to go to church and fellowship with other members. Dedication equals transformation. You dedicate yourself to read the Bible, you transform. And that's the key. That's what you want to do. You want to transform. So you have to dedicate yourself in order to transform. There's no other way. You have to dedicate yourself to doing those things. So then at the same time, you have to dedicate yourself to dieting. If you're going to dedicate yourself to eating right, exercising, and living a healthy way of life in order for your body to transform, you got to have those things. You got to stay consistent. You got to dedicate yourself. Now, meal plans and dieting exercises are not very hard, but you got to remember, as far as when you're exercising with these, with your dieting, make sure your form is correct. Before you really do all of this, consult your doctor to make sure that you don't have any restrictions, because if you have any kind of medical ailment, you need to make sure that you're okay doing certain exercises or eating certain meals before you jump off into any kind of fitness program. Now, when it comes to exercise, if you don't know exercise, don't just try to look it up online and do it, because 9 times out of 10, the average person will look up something online, look up that exercise, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be wrong, because they're trying to read it and understand it and don't understand the terminology that they're using, as far as you parallel to the ground, or if you're doing a squat down, touch the bottom of your seat, not knowing that your knees should be parallel or directly over your feet or your ankles. And, you ask somebody. Go see a trainer. Go to a gym. Don't just rely online. Go to a gym. Allow that trainer in the gym to show you the right technique. Take a couple classes. Get yourself involved in the fitness industry as far as the gyms to know the right technique to do exercises. Make sure that trainer is properly qualified. I'm not going to tell you to try any trainer, but make sure he's qualified, he or she is qualified. And make sure they go with you. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Because if you don't ask him, he's not going to know what you're thinking. He's not going to know. He might look at you and say, okay, I'll show you this exercise and move on, because he thinks you're just trying to get a free exercise. But sometimes that trainer needs to take out that time to help that member. So go to a gym, talk to a trainer, see what he can do about helping you with your form, your technique, to get you locked in, so you know you're using the correct form with your exercise. Because the last thing you want to do is get out there in the gym and yourself, which will prolong you from reaching your goals, because if you hurt yourself, you can't work out. You can't do those exercises you need to do. So you have to make sure you're talking to the right person. That goes also with the nutrition part. Some trainers are dietitians, some trainers are not. Some trainers have a little skill in nutrition. If you're not sure, or if you're not 100%, you don't feel safe with that trainer telling you about nutrition, which most trainers should know something about nutrition. I mean, they have dietitians. They have people out here that will help you to guide you to eat the right meals. But the best trainer, a good trainer, will know how to guide you, to help you, to get you started so where you can start making a healthier way of life. And that is the key, to live a healthier way of life. And losing weight the right way is the best way, because if you go and lose it wrong, and some people think that you have to lose weight 15, 20 pounds a week, and that's unsafe. Because when you go to lose 10, 20, 15 pounds a week, and in an unsafe environment, by that being unsafe, you will naturally gain the weight back, and then plus you're going to put on more weight than what you lost. And then that means now you got to work extra hard just to get the extra weight off where you from where you was when you was working out and you were losing weight. But then when you gain the weight back, now you got to work harder to lose that weight than the weight that you had lost at first. So why go through that? So you need to make sure that you are on the right program. Make sure that you're doing the right things. Make sure you're not trying to lose weight fast. And please get that out your head about losing weight fast, because fast is not the key. Fast is not always the way. In order to lose weight, you got to be right. And the right weight is 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's the safe way. At the max, 1 to 2 pounds a week. Now, people watch these shows like The Biggest Loser, and they see these guys and women get on there and they lose 10, 15 pounds this week, 10, 15 pounds next week. But what they're not going to tell you is, they're not going to tell you that a lot of that weight at the beginning is water weight until they get into the body weight. Now, if you keep watching the show, if you notice, later on in the show, they might not lose but 9 pounds for that month, or 8 pounds for that month, or 6 pounds for that month. They make it sound like it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing because you're losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. If you lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, you lose 1 pound a week. You got 4 weeks in a month. That's 4 pounds in a month. If you lose 2 pounds a week, and you got 4 weeks, that's 8 pounds a month. So you want it to be safe, because you don't want to mess up and risk the chance of having to work harder or gaining that weight back, and then you got to go back and try to get it all off again. And 9 out of 10, you're going to be discouraged. You're not going to want to go through all that again, because you're like, man, I'm through with all that. So you got to be careful and make sure that you're eating the right things, you're eating the right foods. If you're not 100% sure, ask somebody, what food should you eat? Because there are meal plans out there. But and another thing, most people fail is because they're eating the same thing over and over and over and over. That right there by itself is is headed for disaster. You're headed for disaster because most people fail because they're eating the same meal every day, and then they get bored. And when you get bored, most people just quit because they're bored. So you have to learn to make sure you change your meals up. I teach people, as myself being a trainer, I teach people to create their own meal plans. So instead of eating the same meal every day, you would change it up. Mondays might be chicken, Tuesday might be beef, whatever. You make up your meal plan as you go. And if you set up your meal plan and say, write down everything you ate that day. If you ate chicken today, okay, tomorrow eat fish or beef or fish or poultry or whatever the case may be. So you pick and choose what you're going to eat, because if you constantly eating fish every day, and I've talked to people that say, man, I plateaued out on fish, or I can't eat no more fish, or I'm tired of chicken, because you're eating it every day. You got to make your meals like a regular restaurant, or like you would every day if you was cooking food for yourself or your family. If you're cooking food for yourself or your family, you're not going to cook chicken every day. You're not going to cook fish every day. You're not going to cook steak every day. You're not going to cook pork chops every day. So you have to learn to mix it up so you don't get bored, because that's a big failure. And some people feel that you can't go in the gym, and some people are ashamed. Don't be ashamed of going to the gym. Don't be ashamed of going to gyms and start working out, because those people that you see in the gym had to start somewhere. Whether they're little, whether they're big, or whether they were big and they got little, they had to start somewhere. So regardless, and most people get intimidated because you walk in the gym, if you feel that you're overweight or you weigh a certain amount and you walk in the gym and you got this little skinny girl or skinny guy walking up on you in the gym like, I ain't going in there because they're going to laugh at me because I'm overweight. Everybody had to start somewhere. Some people started bigger than normal. Some people started at 200 pounds, 300 pounds. Some people started at 150 pounds, 160 pounds. But they had to start somewhere regardless. So don't get yourself caught up not trying to go to the gym because you're worried about what people are going to say to you. You're worried about what people are going to think about you. It's not about what they think. It's about how you're going to feel after you get yourself in shape in the gym and start lifting weights, eating the right meals. It's going to be all about how you feel and you living your healthier way of life. And living a healthier way of life is losing weight the right way. So just remember, keep in mind those 3 important steps as far as losing weight: cardio, weight training, and nutrition. And nutrition is the number 1 key for everything that you're doing, because that's going to help 85% of the whole program that you're eating. And if you can lock that in, you've mastered the majority of the whole problem. You've mastered it. So don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to jump out there and take control of your life to live a healthier way of life. Your goal is to be healthy, especially if you have kids or grandkids. You want to be able to be out there for your kids and grandkids, to be able to participate in programs and playing with your kids or grandkids, because you want them to see that you're healthy. So they're going to, after a while, want to be healthy, because kids follow the parents. If the parents sitting at the house eating all day, the kids are going to want to stay at the house and eat all day. You don't want them to sit at the house and eat all day. If the kids see the parents in the house watching TV all day and not doing no exercise, the kids ain't going to want to exercise. Also, to help people lose weight the right way, with your kids, it's the same thing. Get your kids away from these TVs and video games and get them involved into physical activities so they don't get overweight and become overweight to where they have a problem later on in the future. You want to all live a healthier way of life. And if living a healthier way of life is controlling your dieting, getting out and exercising, getting out and doing the right thing to live a healthier way of life, that's what you want to do. So you go for it and do what you want to do as far as reaching that goal. If your goal is 10 pounds, you can get it. Start small. Start off with 10 pounds. You don't have to start off with big weight, saying that you want to lose 40 and 50 and 60 and 80 pounds. Start off with something small and then build your way. Start off with 10, and once you lose that 10, okay, say next time I'm going to lose 10 again. So slowly and surely you have reached your goal, because you've lost all that weight you've been trying to lose. All the time you're sitting up trying to lose weight, and you finally got a chance to lose that weight. So it's not like take a slow process, but it doesn't matter if it's a slow process as long as it gets done. And that's the goal. That's what you want to do. So remember these key things. When you're out there and you're trying to lose weight, do what you have to do to lose the weight. Make sure that everything is the way that you want it to be. Do everything you're supposed to do, because losing weight is a key thing when it comes to living a healthy way of life. And keep yourself in control of your life as far as losing weight. Now, if anybody have any questions, you can always contact me at fitnessevolution350@yahoo.com, or you can hit me on Facebook at Fitness Evolution LLC, and you can give me a call at 662-497-6807 or 497-368-2152. Thank you for joining me today in living a healthier way of life by losing weight the right way. And have a great day.